What's good, everybody? This is Zero coming back to you with another video tutorial, and today's matchup is going to be with Maya. And today we're going to be talking about how to deal with her daggers, how to deal with an attack from daggers. We're also going to talk about how to deal with her wake ups and what kind of moves you should use against her. We're going to teach you how to escape her EX dagger and a couple of other gimmicks as well with Rip Tour today. So without any further ado, let's get started. So we all know how blocking Maya's daggers gives her pips to do special things with her daggers, anywhere from homing to guard crushing. And if you get hit, you're in a good set of block stun that will keep you kind of a sitting duck for her to roll in and get you in any combo. Well, Predator Stance, as you know, goes right underneath these daggers. There's no way it can hit you unless she jumps up in the air and does a diagonal throw. But from full screen away, you can easily react to it. As you see there, you can easily just crawl underneath and whatnot. But as you know, that's not enough, is it? Just crouch, you want to go over there and whoop her ass for throwing her daggers. You want to keep her away. So what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you how to retaliate from these things. But first off, remember, when you're in Predator Stance, you cannot dash underneath these projectiles like that unless you perfectly time it like the last one, but I don't recommend it. So, with that being said, we want to keep Maya away from her daggers, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to lure her in after throwing her dagger. She's going to usually come in with a roll jump into a kick. And that's the only way she'll be able to get in, because she has to retrieve her daggers, just like you see here. So here's a couple of things you can do whenever she does do this. One is actually dashing underneath her. If you're in Predator Stance, she comes in, you can actually dash underneath, just like so. And since you'll be out of Predator Stance, you can actually jump up right after you dash underneath and give her a heavy punch flame, which is very useful sometimes if you can't decide on a move to do. Easily dash underneath. And here's another one. If you time it correctly, you can actually Predator dash flame and it'll knock her out of the sky. Those were too early, but here's the correct one right there. It creates a big wall in front and keeps her from actually coming in. And from that distance, you have more than enough time to actually do this, since she's airborne for so long. And that's me actually doing a kick after that. It won't go through. She'll actually hit the flame and knock her down, and you can follow up with something else. So now from here, we're gonna talk about how to break after her, like she throws her daggers at you. Those are considered hits, and you can easily break. A lot of the time, Maya will actually roll in and do a heavy kick, which is a really good move of hers after her roll. But you can easily break that. She'll either come in with a medium kick or a heavy. A lot of the time it's usually a heavy. So keep that in mind whenever you're in these situations, because I haven't seen any Maya actually counter break these yet, but that's very good to know. So that way you can keep her from getting her crazy offense going, just in case. So now we're going to talk about how to use Clever Girl after her dagger throws. She will throw daggers, and like we said earlier, you're able to retaliate with Predator Stance dash flame. You can also dash underneath her in Predator Stance. But one of the better things to use is actually Clever Girl off a blocked dagger or off a missed dagger if she rolls in. And it's very good, very quick. It has a very nice grab range. So you can actually use that and get really good mix-ups off of that. So keep that in mind. It's very, very good, and it'll keep her offense off, and you can keep her away from her dagger. So now we're going to talk about how to do her how to counter her DPs. Pretty much it's really easy to counter her DPs if they're blocked. I'm going to show you on this clip coming up so that you can see on ranked how I do this it's very easy, especially when you bait it out. Here's me online actually baiting out the Maya's DP. You're gonna, after you've blocked it, you're gonna run underneath and do running hard kick, just like you saw me do at the top left side of the screen. And it's very easy to do. You have all day to run underneath her. Once the 2 hits from her DP land, you immediately dash underneath and immediately do your heavy kick tail. It also works well with her shadow DP as well. And if she throws daggers after, which a lot of Mayas do, it will not hit you. You'll already be underneath and the daggers won't be able to make it to you. Like as you see here, you can block that all day and you'll be just fine. And you can go into using the flame carpet right after, since you have more than enough time to set one down after she has done DP. So yeah, bait her with a safe jump setup by doing a jumping heavy punch low to the ground, and that should be very good bait for a Maya to do this here. So now what we're going to talk about is escaping her EX daggers. A lot of the time a Maya will do a hard knockdown and do EX daggers in order to build her pips up. And usually people will block and they won't want to take that hit, because if they do, they'll end up getting forward hard kick recaptured by Maya into a full combo. So what you want to do, if you have meter, just make sure you go into your shadow rake to get out of that. It's the only tool you can actually use to get out of this safely. Now if you don't have meter, you may want to try to block. If not, you can actually get hit by this, and if she goes for her recapture, break with the heavy, since her recapture is actually a heavy.
Let's finish this.
So that'd be, so here we go, right here, straight into shadow rake. Or you can get hit by it and break the heavy at once she does her recapture, and it'll also split apart her daggers. And if you do end up hitting her with the shadow rake, it also splits up her daggers still, since after the patch they separate much farther now. So it's a very good idea. And also, you know, it's always good to hold on to meter just in case you have to do that. But today we talked about how to escape her daggers, how to retaliate with her daggers, how to use Clever Girl after she rolls into you, and also how to escape her stupid EX daggers and all that. So yeah, be sure to implement this in your game. It's very intermediate. Like, it's not hard to do, and Maya shouldn't be that hard to defeat as long as you utilize your Predator stance and your Clever Girls. Stay out of her range, make her come to you, and you should be just fine. But this is Yoko Zero. Thank you for support, guys. Like and subscribe, and leave any suggestions you have in the comments below or requests. You guys take it easy.